8:30 start, and the way it was flowing, the Moramboroli, people did not dare. Still, the boat is paddling. And if you recall, there is one exercise given to our physics class in the higher secondary classes, that if you paddle at 45 degree, it is the safest. So I looked at the angle and I said, okay, it is 45 degree. So I said, I'm going. Yeah, I believe in physics, so I go. So I jumped into it. Dr. Buragoy was very hesitant, but then seeing me, he also jumped in and we crossed the river. So these were the very funny ideas, funny things. The way the university, when the admission came in and when the students gathered here, I still recall the dedication with which teachers taught. And also they started doing their own individual project work. That was fascinating. Those are very difficult days because we had to go out of this department sharp at 4 o'clock or 4:30 was it? 4:30. So at 4:30 we had to go out because the bus leaves, and after that there's hardly one bus, I believe, at 6 o'clock. So only few can go to the bus. So we had to rush out. So during this period, doing the entire work of teaching and doing research, individual research, that was very difficult. But then we did it, and then so this way we have spent 25 years and have grown to this stature where we have received many accolades all across the world, and we have many of our student friends who are in the different parts of the globe, and they are doing useful service there. Probably some of them will be speaking later, and we are very proud of them. We are, not only that, we are only proud of those who are working outside. We are also very proud of those who are serving our country and our state in general, in particular, because they have, I know that they can easily go out. Nowadays, things have become very easy to go out and get good positions. But then they have stayed, they have decided to stay inside the state and serve the state. And to them, I give a big salute. Not that others I do not salute. I also salute to them for their academic acumen and the way they could establish themselves in different fields. Now, very short uh, of my meditation, I would say, or short thinking as to what should university do on 25 after completing 25 years. First of all, I think at this year, the university should publish 25 years of our existence and give a proper history of it. Because the people around, those taxpayers who have paid us for our salary, they have the right to know what we have been doing. And so this should be made as simple as possible. And the difficult ideas of research should be put down in very simple language. For example, relativity, at least special theory of relativity, when Einstein was asked, how do you explain it? What was the idea behind? He said, this is what happens when things move near about the velocity of light. So, so what happens to the space-time region? So things should be as simple as this. So what are the questions that we have pursued during these 25 years should be made clear. And this is the first thing that I would request. Secondly, the Vice Chancellor is here, esteemed Dean of Science and Technology is here. I would like to request that they, like most of the very progressive departments in the in different universities in India and good universities which are at par with our university. I would say we should choose two particular areas, at least two particular areas. One preferably in the experimental field, and one preferably in the theoretical field. Theoretical field, for example, we already know that this department is doing great work in the area of dark matter, and dark matter is going to give us a lot of answers as to how the universe is being formed, and what was the initial just at the start, what actually happened at the start. So this sort of a question should be probed not only by one person, but by a group of people. That would, I'm not saying that you do this particular question, you need to brainstorm and find a question. But then that question, and together with another question on the experimental front, that you do something together, all the experimentalists of the department. And thereby you get enough strength. And this is the way, in fact, the best laboratories in the world are doing at the moment. Physics is no more an individual. The age of Einstein is more or less gone. Now it is more or less the collective work that defines your how smooth and how progressive and how innovative your ideas are. So new ideas should come only through discussions, group participations. So this should also be taken over in the implementation of NEP projects, the esteemed Vice Chancellor has suggested. And there are many useful things in the useful and very innovative things in this NEP, including the idea of interdisciplinary studies. This is because this is the area that is going to give us more answers. I have been always advocating that the department should work on an area which is physics, of course, and which is a cross between physics and biology, because this gives us enough information as to how actually life started. And one of the best, I will not go into all these details, but one of the peculiarities of the world is that photosynthesis is the only process. Photosynthesis, which is we find in nature, is the only process where you find 100% efficiency. But our physics says, as you know, through second law of thermodynamics, it is finite, 66, somewhere along that. So nowadays, it has been probably most of you know that this is can be explained now only by application of quantum theory, of using quantum tunneling aspect. So one way it is a beautiful theory. The other way, people are looking forward to it because it promises to give a solution to our energy crisis, where we spend a lot of energy is wasted energy, we will be using it. So if not 100%, at least even if we can go somewhere near 90%, it would be excellent. Something like these. These are the new ideas that are catching the world. Physics, the world over, are whenever they are doing even the fundamental questions, they are not doing only the fundamental questions, tying it up with the bigger ideas to get a bigger picture. I'm not saying that you jump over from one area to another. No, not that. But then how do you relate your question to a bigger picture? For example, you might be doing on dark energy or strain theory, but how you relate to the formation of the universe. How does it fit? Where does it fit? So these are the ideas that will give more strength to the department. Already it has emerged a good department, but I hope in future it will emerge stronger and with more robust ideas coming from it. And that is the day I eagerly look forward to. I'm very thankful to you for calling me from Guwahati to participate in this celebration. And the coming to Tezpur is always a pleasure. especially to Tezpur University, is always a pleasure. Uh, Only thing, probably uh, when we used to come here, that time, of course, dust was here. But then once the dust used to settle down, the air that we breathed was so pure. It used to probably, I have lived this long. Now I'm 72 years old. Probably that fresh air that we used to breathe here has given a lot. The strength with which I am existing today, probably it's because of the good air, good quality of air. Now, however, when we come here, you can smell it and you can find that this has degraded. The quality is not that pure anymore. So it lies upon us to find ways how to overcome this, and can we bring in these green solutions to our own existence. If the department can do any of these things of this sort, it will be a great arm and great shot in the for future activities. With these, once again, it's very happy to be here with our student friends, and I would like to immediately after the our alumnus from different places of the globe interact, would like to interact with our student friends in particular, so that we know what sort of how they are enjoying physics in Tezpur University. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really informative, as well as sharing the memories helped us all to know about the initial days of the department. Thank you, sir. The chief guest of the University Foundation Day program, Professor Jubajyoti Soikia, sir, is present with us today. We are pleased that he has made his presence. I would like to request HOD, sir, to felicitate, sir, and please, sir, share some words of wisdom.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a real pleasure and a privilege for me to be here sharing this very happy occasion with all of you. In fact, after the lecture was over and we were chatting, Nilakshi and Rupjyoti, I had told them that when I learned about the 25th year celebration, that I was planning to just barge in when Munmun kindly said, please do come and we'll be happy if you came. And thanks very much for the invitation as well. And it's been a real joy to hear about the progress of the department from the initial years when Amarjyoti Chaudhary sort of anchored it and steered it through the early days and shared some of the wonderful memories of the early years. It's always a struggle in the early years to establish institutions, and one must be grateful to him for his contributions to the department as well as to the university. And it's been fantastic to learn from Inal the progress it has made over the years, papers in very reputed journals, including the recent paper in science in Nature from my own field of astronomy and astrophysics. I'm sure the department will continue to grow. And I had also the privilege of being an adjunct faculty here for a couple of years. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I couldn't be physically present. But I did interact, and we held a workshop together online. And also some of the publications during that period also had the Tezpur affiliation. So it is a pleasure, it's a privilege, and it's a department which is very close to my heart as well. And I wish you all the very best for the years ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The department is incomplete without the students. We are proud to have our first batch of alumni with us today as a member of this department and share their feeling. I would like to request Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary to felicitate Professor Pabitra Nath, the first alumni, with Fulon Gamusa. Sir, I would request you to share some memories.
So good afternoon, everyone present over here. Respected Professor Chaudhary sir, Madam Chaudhary Madam, today's chief guest of the Foundation Day program, our University Foundation Day celebration program, Professor Soike sir, Dean School of Sciences, Head Department of Physics, faculty members from the department and from other department, invited staff from the other department and from TV administration, and my dear student friend. Today, it's a red letter day for the department as we have successfully completed 25 years of its existence. And I consider myself to be blessed because I'm associated with this department from the beginning. Actually, my association with this department is in two forms. Actually, one as a student and another as a faculty of this department. So I came on 28th of January 1998 along with my elder brother. He just dropped me and he moved back to Guwahati. And then on the next day we had that inauguration program on the department. So I recall those days. And at that time, we were 14 students in the department. I enrolled in the MSc Physics program, and we had 14. So on the day of inauguration, I remember Professor Raja Ramanda as the renowned nuclear scientist he visited for inauguration. And I was told words used to fumble whenever I speak, whenever I in front of a gathering. So somehow I asked. Anyway, so later on, actually, as I said, that only 10 students were there, and first faculty members were there, including Sudhi sir. So it was like a small family, and the teaching learning process is more like one-to-one kind of conversation rather than a big class size kind of teaching learning process. So we had a very close interaction with the teachers all the time. And it was beyond the teaching learning process that we maintained that thing. Let me share one small incident, two such incidents, in fact. One of our friend, Pankaj Malik, actually once he got severely sick and he was admitted to Sukhoda Hospital near Nipurwa. So in the evening, after the office hour, I remember Professor Chaudhary sir, he visited hospital to see him. So that was the kind of environment that we have had at that time. So we are very blessed that way also. So again, when I was in third semester, MSc third semester, so my father expired. So I went home and after completing all the rituals, I returned back. So on the day of my returning, Indranilda was there. He handed over a letter. And when I opened it up, I saw that the condolence was held because of because of my father expired. I mean, because of that thing. So I was deeply touched with this gesture of the department. And at that moment, I realized actually I was actually in a family, although I'm away from my family then. So after that, we completed successfully our MS program, and here we actually no competitive exam that includes your net, gate, and other kind of qualifying exams. And then I joined faculty as an assistant professor. So it is evolved. Student intake capacity has enhanced by several fold, as well as the number of faculty members. Is actually the footprints. I mean, able to feel this well placed in different academic organizations, research organizations. Few words. I would like to congratulate once again to the department for completing its 25 years of journey. I'm sure that not many things to come in the near futures. Long live Department of Physics, long live Tezpur University.
Thank you so much, sir. Sometimes all one need is a gentle shake, and thousands of good our department since the inception of our department. Starting days of department, they have contributed their knowledge and experiences. Please welcome on stage Professor Manavendra Bhuya from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, who taught digital electronics. Professor Nayandip Dekabora from the Department of Electronics and Tensor. Professor Sadhan Mahapatra from the Department of the famous scientist Albert Einstein. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Thus, communication plays a big role, which when made through the proper language, often captures the heart and mind of people. We would like to thank Professor Debashish Mahapatra from the Department of us a skillful ability to express this form of scientific. I would request Professor Amarjit Chaudhary, sir, to felicitate all the professors with full-on Gamasa. So please share some memory.
First of all, thank you, the organizing committee, for remembering those days and inviting us. Chaudhary sir is here. That time he was the head of the Department of Physics. It was started by the Dr. Raja Ramanna. One day, that time Vice Chancellor came, Pathak, he called me and he told, from tomorrow you will take a class in physics. So no background, nothing. Then we went, me and Bhim Prasad, went to Chaudhary sir. He told, okay, tomorrow you take the class. Classical mechanics is the first subject. So the first class is the classical mechanics. I was just passed out the MSc in physics. So it was very difficult for us to immediately to take the class. And I told him that you start the class. Him told, no, you start the class. I will take the last part, which is a little bit very complicated. I'm like, okay. So the Lagrangian and Hamiltonian, those are the beginning of the course classical mechanics. That time already Pavitra told there are very few students. The Pavitra was then Ochut was there. And again, I met with Ochut in IISc when I went for PhD at IISc. Ochut at the last stage of his PhD at IISc. So Ochut helped me a lot. I used to sit in his lab for a long time. Then he told, okay, sir, let's go for lunch. And then the Rupjyoti Pathak was there, Pankaj Mallik, Jamini, Pallavi was there, Minal Nini was there, yeah. So some of the people, sir, we are still in touch through Facebook and all. It was a long time for 25 years, and physics department has evolved with a number of students, number of faculties, the kind of publications, because the recent one is really great boost for the department, also to the university. That we don't know when again we'll have a one more nature publication. So it's a great for the department as well for the university. Wish all the best for the more to come from the department. And generally the physics department is always the leader in any university. When I was a student at Santiniketan, I've seen at IISc, basically they are the leader among all the other departments for their intellectual abilities, the kind of discussion, and the openness. The physics is a very open-minded family where everybody can come, discuss, debate, and then again we work together. So thank you, the team, for inviting us, and also I wish all the best for the next 25 years. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. There are a few members who have been an integral part in the developing stage of this department. They are Professor Rajiv Goswami, Professor Debashish Bora, Professor Pranjal Bhuya, Professor Amit Pathak, Professor Pranjan Malik. I would like to request Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary, sir, to felicitate them, and few of them are available in the online mode. So I would like to request them to share some memories.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries, my colleagues, my friends, my students. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone associated with this university in the past, in the present, for completing 25 glorious years. I should also thank the organizing committee for inviting me here. It's a great pleasure. My journey was a bit short, and I was lucky to join at the intermediate stage where the department as well as the university has already grown up. So I did not have to struggle with all these communications and travels, which senior members like Professor Chaudhary has already mentioned. And I joined in 2012, the 4th of July, which was as spectacular to me as it is for many people. And I still have great memories. Actually, I don't feel like a former member of this department or this university. I still feel like I'm part of this department as well as university for various reasons. And my transition, like I joined here just after my my PhD was over. So that transition from being a student life to being a faculty immediately is very sharp. But the kindness of the people I met here and the homely and family feeling that I got here that made this transition very easy. And all the support staff, all the faculty members. And I was also very lucky to get very good students that when I joined here, they were very enthusiastic, both in academics and as well as other activities. So that journey was very smooth and very memorable. I still have touch with all my colleagues and all my former students. One of my students here, he actually ended up doing PhD also in IIT Guwahati. He's doing postdoc in some place in Korea now. So yeah, it was a very short but very productive journey for me, and I must thank everyone, even the administration of this university at that point of time, who gave me the opportunity to come. Even at that moment, I did not even defend my PhD, so so it was a really great opportunity and to come here and work, and that really shaped my future, my career in a great way. So I'm thankful to everyone, and I also wish all the best to everyone associated with this university. I'm sure many more accolades and many more great things to come in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we have some faculties in the online mode. I would like to request Ambathak, sir, to share some memories with us.
Am I audible? Hello. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, he's there.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you? Okay. So good afternoon.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Am I? Okay, thank you very much. There is slight network issues, so there is a lag, I guess. So, but anyway, good afternoon, everyone present there. I mean, offline, online, and I'm very, very happy to be joining and seeing those old faces. I mean, there are very good friends at Tezpur University. So I'm so happy to be part of this celebration, and congratulations to the department for achieving this memorable day. 25 years is not the limit. I mean, the physics department should go on and on for hundreds of years. And the kind of achievement that the head has, told us about the physics department is in, very good. So I joined in 2010. I remember November 2010. I spent about 7 years there, and that was my first faculty position at the physics department, Tezpur University. I'm very grateful to Tezpur University because I started my academic career there, and whatever I'm doing today, whatever I've achieved today, I think Tezpur University and the physics department of that university is an integral part of that. And I have fond memories of academics, of cricket, of parties, and I mean, a lot of things. And I have very good friends there. I mean, I remember even Debashish, Shyamal, Ritipan, and Mrinal, Pavitro, Rajiv, and the senior members of the department, Nidhi ma'am, Jayanta sir, Ashok Kumar sir, who is no more, and other faculty members. So everybody, I mean, helped. It was like a family there, and we used to teach together, we used to talk together, we used to debate, we used to fight, we used to celebrate. A lot of things were done to. I still miss those days. So it's a great achievement, and I congratulate once again the department, and I hope the department will keep this persistent, persistent gain, the persistent accolades that the department has received will keep going on for the next hundreds of years. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your memories, for recalling all those beautiful memories. Thank you. Now I would like to request Professor Pankaj Malik to please share his memories. Okay. He was the first alumni of Tezpur University. So please, can you connect to us? It's not.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking my name and calling me to speak something. It was really pleasure when I was in Tezpur University. We are the first batch there. At that time, the university was just starting and a lot of things happen now. So Pavitranath was there, our batchmate. Achit Voda, we really enjoyed it. The most of the important thing that I got from the Tezpur University is how to compete in the world. When I came to Tezpur University, I was just coming from Arunachal Pradesh, Pasigat, where I did my BSc, and I was the only student at my BSc. So when I came to Tezpur University, I got to know that what the competition is and what the world is thinking. And I am really grateful to Professor Amarjyoti sir. Nidhi madam is there, Nilakshi Das ma'am is there, Jayanta sir, he really helped us a lot. Kishore Barua sir just joined after hours. So it was really heartwarming to be there. I really think that Tezpur University will grow to a great height. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Another very major support system which made the institution run smoothly are the office assistant. Among them, I would like to mention about Indranil Talukdar, Ajanta Pathak, and Narayan Sharma, who are irreplaceable part of our department. I would like to request Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary to felicitate Indranil Talukdar, Ajanta Pathak, and Narayan Sharma with Pulon Gamosa. Thank you, sir. Next, we have among us the present faculty member of the Department of Physics. It is their dedication and motivation that has helped the department in continuing its elegance and dignity. I would like to request Professor Jayanta Kumar Sharma to share a few words. So please come.
Good evening, everybody. Actually, meeting ot kotha kobo moi olop digdar. Technical hole problem nai, non-technical kotha kobo digdar. Tabe ji nohok, Amarjyoti Chaudhary sare prothomate mok pathaisile je sai aha kenekua jabo pari ne nai. Ahilu moi sare koto kolei je habir majot ami thakibo lagibo. Tothapi thik ase golu koi internet asile yat. Etu jitu amar Guwahati University nasile. আৰু সেইটোৱে মোৰ কাৰণে খুব ভাল কথা আছিল যে ইন্টাৰনেট আছে মানে সব আছে গোটেই পৃথিৱীখনেই আছে গতিকে আমি সব কৰিব পাৰিম গতিকে ছাৰক যাই ক'লো বোলে ছাৰ আহক আৰু আপুনি আহে আহিব নাহে নাই মই কিন্তু যাম ছাৰ হ'ল মোৰ মানে সব ক্ষেত্ৰতে মানে গাইড ফিলচফাৰ মানে এভৰিথিং এই যিকোনো কথা আলোচনা কৰিবৰ কাৰণে গতিকে ছাৰ আৰু মই আলোচনা কৰি ইয়াত আহিলো আহি প্ৰথমতে ছাৰে ক'লে তোমাৰ কাৰণে এখন টেবুল ঠিক কৰি থৈ দিছো আৰু চকী এখন ঠিক কৰি থৈ দিছো টেবুল মানে সাংঘাতিক মানে টেবুল মানে একেবাৰে সৰু জাষ্ট বহিবহে পাৰি তাৰপিছত বোলো হ'ব হৈ যাব আৰু ছাৰে ক'লে বোলে প্ৰথমতে তুমি এটা হেৰি লৈ আহা অভাৰহেড প্ৰজেক্টৰ এটা দিছে লৈ আহা সেইটো আকৌ দাঙি দাঙি আনিলো মই অফিচৰ পৰা এখন পথাৰ পাৰ হৈ আহিব লাগে সেইটো হ'ল মানে মোৰ প্ৰথম কাম তাৰপিছত ইন্দ্ৰণীৰ আহিল প্ৰথমতে আচলতে নাৰায়ণৰ আগতে বসুমতাৰী বুলি এজন আছিলে এই 3 মাহ মান আছিলে তাৰপিছত নাৰায়ণ আহিল গতিকে নাৰায়ণ মই ছাৰ আৰু ইন্দ্ৰনীল আমি মানে প্ৰথম আৰম্ভ টিম তাৰ পাছত আহি গ'ল নিধি আৰু কুমাৰ সোণাৰ এই কেইজন আহিল তাৰপিছতে আহিলে কিশোৰ বৰুৱা নহয় তাৰ আগতে অৱশ্যে ইহঁত আহিছিলে আমাৰ গাজী আহিছিলে এই লগত টিমটো আহিছিলে আচ্ছা যি নহওক আমি এই কেইজনে আহি প্ৰথমতে ইন্দ্ৰনীলক মই কম্পিউটাৰ শিকাব লগা হ'ল মই যিখিনি জানো কিন্তু 1 মাহ মান পিছতে সি আকৌ উল্টাকে মুখে শিকাব পাৰা হ'ল তাৰপিছত আমাৰ নিধি আহি গ'ল নিধি আৰু কুমাৰ সোণাৰ থাকিল তাৰমানে আমি সব ক্লাছ কৰিছো মানে যদিও মই ইলেক্ট্ৰনিক্সৰ পৰা পাছ কৰি আহিছিলো পিছত ৰিচাৰ্চ কৰিছিলো থিওৰিটিকেল ফিজিক্সত কিন্তু আমি নিশিকোৱা সাবজেক্ট নাই তিনটা ক্লাছ প্ৰত্যেক সেমিষ্টাৰত মানে এইটো তিনটা কোৰ্স কম্পালসৰি মানে সেইটো কৰিব লাগিব তাৰ ওপৰত কি কৰিব লাগে ঠিক নাই মানে যি লাগে সেই শিকাইছো প্ৰথমৰ পৰাই অন্তত মানে 2-3 বছৰ মান সময় আৰু সেই সময়ত মানে মোৰ এটা কি আছিল কি যে বহিখন লৈ যাও চাই মানে পঢ়াব খুব টান পাওঁ মানে কিবা অপমান হোৱা যেন লাগে গতিকে মস্ত দীঘল এক্সপ্ৰেছন বিলাক মুখস্থ কৰো ঘৰত ৰাতি কৰি যাব পাৰো এতিয়া অৱশ্যে ভাগ্য ভাল এতিয়া সেইবিলাক নাই এতিয়া কোনো কষ্ট নকৰো বহিখন চাও ইমান কম জানা হৈ আহি আছো আৰু আজিকালি মোক মানে বেছি কষ্ট নিদিয়ে আৰু মানে বোলে বুঢ়া হৈছে আৰু গতিকে হ'ব বঢ়িয়া অৱশ্যে এইবাৰ পাৰ্টিকল ফিজিক্স কৰিব লাগিব ঠিক আছে হৈ যাব বহুত ভাল বেয়া মেমৰি বহুত আছে সববিলাক মই নকওঁ কাৰণ সববিলাক ক'ব পৰা ধৰণৰ আছিলো মই এইটো কিশোৰ বৰুৱাই জানে গাজীয়ে জানে নিধিয়ে ভালকে জানে আৰু অমৰজ্যোতি চৌধুৰী জানে আৰু এজনে জানিছিলে কিন্তু দুৰ্ভাগ্যবশতঃ তেখেত আজি আমাৰ মাজত নাই তেখেতৰ আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ প্ৰতি বহুত কনফিডেন্স আছে আজি কোনেও বিশেষ তেওঁৰ নাম লোৱা মই দেখা নাই কিন্তু তেওঁৰ নাম কিন্তু ল'বই লাগিব যে আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টটো বহুত ওপৰলৈকে উঠাই নিয়াৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত অশোক কুমাৰৰ যথেষ্ট অৱদান আছে অমৰজ্যোতি চৌধুৰী ছাৰৰ কথাটো কিন্তু অশোক কুমাৰৰো বহুতখিনি অৱদান আছে মোতকে বহুত বেছি আছে কাৰণ তেওঁ গোটেই ৰিচাৰ্চ লেভেলটো আমাৰ ফিজিক্স ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ বহুত ওপৰলৈকে উঠাই লৈ গৈছিলে বাকী অন্যবিলাকৰো আছে কিন্তু তেখেতে গোটেই পৰিয়াল বাদ দি আহি ইয়াতে দিনে ৰাতি তাৰমানে ৰাতিপুৱা 9টা বজাৰ পৰা ৰাতি 11টা বজালৈকে ইয়াতে বহি আছিলে আৰু তেওঁ মানে সেইদিনলৈকে বহুত মানে আমাৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টক তেখেতে PhD দি গৈছে আৰু সেইবিলাকে তেখেতৰ কাৰণে আচলতে আজি সকলো ভাল ভাল ঠাইবিলাকত চাকৰি কৰিব পৰা হৈছে তেখেতৰ পৰা মই কিছুমান কথা মানে আগতে মই ক'লোৱে মই মাত্ৰ মই খুব মানে যিকোনো কথাতে মোৰ পটকে খং উঠা আছিলে ছাৰে কৈছে যে খং কৰি লাভ নাই যিকোনো ক্ষেত্ৰতে মাথা ঠাণ্ডা কৰি কাম কৰিব লাগে সেইটো মই শিকিলো তাৰপিছত আৰু এটা কথা শিকিলো যে কুৱেশ্যন পেপাৰ যদি দিব দিয়া যায় তাৰ আগতে দিয়ে বোলে কিয় পিছতো টাইমটো আছে দেনাটো পাৰেগাই গতিকে দিবই লাগিব আৰু গতিকে যিহেতু দিব লাগে আগতে দিয়াই ভাল বহি চোৱাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতো একেই কথা ছাৰে আগতে বহি চাই দিয়ে বোলে কিয় বোলে বহি চালে টাইমটো আছিলে বোলে নহয় কৰিবতো লাগিবই গতিকে আগতে কৰি আজৰি হৈ থকাই ভাল তাৰপিছত আৰু বহুত ধৰণৰ মেমৰি আছে ভাল ভাল মেমৰি বিলাকো আছে আমি বহুত একেলগে বহুতখিনি কাম কৰিলোঁ ইয়াৰে ষ্টুডেণ্টৰ লগত ইয়াৰে টিচাৰৰ লগত লগ হৈ আমি বহুখিনি কাম কৰিলোঁ বহুত কনফাৰেঞ্চ পাতিলোঁ সেইবিলাক আমাৰ ভাল মেমৰিবিলাক আছে ফটোটো আছে আমাৰ আৰু এটা কথা মই এটা ভাল পাইছোঁ কি ইয়াত ষ্টুডেণ্ট অন্য ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত নাজানো আমাৰ ইয়াত ষ্টুডেণ্ট আৰু টিচাৰৰ মাজত মানে খুব মানে মিলটো খুব ভাল দেখা পাইছোঁ তেওঁলোকে মানে আমি আলোচনা কৰি চব কামে কৰিব পাৰোঁ যিকোনো শিকোৱাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত কথাটো বেলেগ বাকী বাহিৰা কাম যিকোনো কৰিব লাগিলে আমি লগ হৈ একেলগে কৰিব পাৰোঁ সেইখিনি আমাৰ এতিয়ালৈকে সেই বস্তুটো বৰ্তি আছে আৰু যিটো এটা কথা আছে আমি শুনো বেলেগ বেলেগ ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিটো শুনো আমাৰ ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিটো শুনো বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ কিবা বোলে টিচাৰৰ মাজত লবি টবি থকা আমি শুনা পাওঁ কিন্তু ইয়াত আমি অন্ততঃ সেই বস্তুবিলাক আমাৰ নাই আমাৰ ইয়াত প্ৰত্যেকজন টিচাৰেই যিকোনো এটা কাম কৰিব লাগিলে চবে লগ হৈ একেলগে কৰে আৰু দায়িত্ব দিলে সম্পূৰ্ণ সকলোৱে পালন কৰে এতিয়ালৈকে মই তেজপুৰ মোৰো বেছি দিন নাই হয়তো আৰু মোৰো চাকৰি শেষ হ'ব কিন্তু এই ইয়াত যিখিনি থাকিলোঁ বহুত আনন্দেৰে থাকিলোঁ আৰু প্ৰত্যেকৰ লগতে মিলি জুলিয়ে থাকিলোঁ বিশেষ একো কাৰো লগত লবিও কৰিব লগা হোৱা নাই কাজিয়াও কৰিব লগা হোৱা নাই এতিয়া অন্ততঃ গতিকে আগতে যি কৰিলোঁ আৰু সেইটো বেলেগ সেইবিলাক কোনেও ধৰি থকা নাই সেইটো আমি জানো আৰু অকল এইটোৱে নহয় আমি ইয়াৰে ষ্টাফৰ লগতো আমাৰ ইয়াৰে যিখিনি ষ্টাফ আছে মানে আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ বাহিৰে নন একাডেমিক এইবিলাকৰ লগতো অকল ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ নহয় ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ বাকীবিলাকৰো বাকী আমাৰ এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেটিভ ষ্টাফৰ লগতো আমি কেতিয়াও মানে এটলিষ্ট ফিজিক্স ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টে খুব ভালকে থাকি গৈছে সেইখিনি অন্ততঃ মই ক'ব পাৰোঁ কাৰো লগত কোনো ধৰণৰ কনফ্লিক্ট অহা দেখা নাই আৰু চবৰে কামবিলাক সুন্দৰভাৱে হৈ আছে আৰু ভৱিষ্যতে নিশ্চয় হৈ যাব গতিকে এইখিনিয়ে মোৰ ক'ব লগা আৰু আশা কৰিছোঁ বাকী যিকেইদিন আছোঁ আৰু ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত খুব ভালদৰে আমি থাকি আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টটো ওপৰৰ পৰা ওপৰলৈকে আমি লৈ যাবৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত আমাৰ কন্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন দি যাব পাৰিম ধন্যবাদ
to share some words of wisdom.
My guru, respected Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary, then Baido is there, then Professor Dilip Sokia sir, Dhruvajyoti Sokia sir, then my colleagues, distinguished friends, student friends, and faculty members from other departments. So I have been associated with this department almost from the very beginning. So I have also seen the same stories that Professor Sharma has just mentioned, Nidhi mentioned, and others mentioned. Yes, initially the beginning was tough. Beginning was very tough. There were very simple amenities or facilities around. But over the years, it has developed, and today it is very, very, very different, very international from what we were there. But then, from the very beginning, the department had an attitude, or what will I say, a goal to have physics as a priority and not any other things like politics or anything others. Many departments of many institutions go however because of personal uh, wishes or something like that. But here the people were always dedicated to physics, and that is why probably we all could develop and bring so many international people here. I remember many conferences of very high level being organized here, many speakers speaking on the dais here. But as many people have already said, I think our future is always built on the past. as Newton has always said, we see far by only standing on the shoulder of giants, shoulders of giants. So I have ridden on my guru's shoulders, and my students will now ride on me, and maybe we can see farther and farther into the future. With these few words, I think I will conclude. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Nilakshi Das to come here and share a few words.
Respected Professor Chaudhuri, sir, Madam Chaudhuri, distinguished academician Professor Soikia, Dean of School of Science and Dean of School of Engineering, and my colleagues and dear students. It is indeed a very happy occasion for all of us, and I congratulate everybody connected directly or indirectly to this department. Building up a department in a higher educational institution is just like nurturing a small plant to a tree, which requires extreme dedication, care, and above all, a vision. We learned that vision from Chaudhuri sir, because almost all of us, probably when, except Nidhi and Jayanta Sharma, when Ghazi, myself, and Mohanto joined this department, we even didn't complete our PhD. Just after doing our masters, we joined here. And next day, sir told me that from tomorrow you have to teach quantum mechanics. And that's how quantum mechanics started. Over the years, I have been teaching and teaching. And in fact, I am learning. I learned many things from my colleagues, from my students, but I learned many things from Chaudhuri sir. Among many other things that he inculcated in this department are working in a team, working in a very friendly atmosphere. In fact, we had a tea club. Today, nobody is recalling the tea club. That was one of the, I would say, platform where we actually had our tea, morning tea at around 11 a.m. every day. We'd meet there. And over the cup of tea, we used to discuss physics. We used to fight. As Professor Jayant Sharma has said, actually he has got a title which was probably given by Nidhi. And it is internal fighter. And through these fightings and through these discussions over the cup of tea, we learned many things. And probably that's how the department evolved. And today we can take pride on this department. We have a lot of students who have done very good job in different areas, in different institutions they are working. Our colleagues are doing very good work, and probably in near future we'll see many other good things that will come to the department. But one thing that we should always continue is that friendly atmosphere. In spite of difference in opinions, all those fightings and everything, probably you have seen that this department always maintains a very, very friendly ambience, not only among the colleagues, among the faculty members, but with everybody, students, staff. And hopefully this will continue, because these are some small things which actually build the foundation. I take this opportunity also to thank Professor Chaudhuri sir. We never say Professor Chaudhuri because we are used to say Chaudhuri sir. And whenever actually this morning, Soikia sir, he asked me who is coming for this celebration. I said Chaudhuri sir. I knew that whenever we said Chaudhuri sir, it means Omojyoti Chaudhuri sir. That's how he has built up this institution. There was a period of struggle. There was a lot of difficulties in initial stage. There was not adequate number of faculty members, not enough infrastructure, but still we could come out of all those difficulties. And today I think the department is really shining. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Professor Damodar Mahanta to share his experiences and memories.
Very good afternoon. It's very difficult to speak. Hello. Very good afternoon. It's very difficult to speak before my guide. So, respected Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary and ma'am, respected Soikia sir, esteemed colleagues and student friends. I am grateful that you have invited me to share a few words today on 25th years of our existence. So this is actually Silver Jubilee celebration, and I am really grateful to all of you. So today I recall one conversation with my LP school teacher. His name was Siman Adikanda. So he asked me, I was just 10 years old or so. So he asked me, what you want to become, a station master or school master? I still remember. So I asked him, what is the difference between these two? I didn't know that time. And we had narrow gauge actually. And it was Maharaja Purnachandra, he did it actually. Krishna Chandra, he did it. We studied in Maharaja Krishna Chandra school, Rajila school. So he said that a station master minds the train and a schoolmaster trains the mind. So immediately I said that I want to become a schoolmaster. So after BSc, I was thinking of the opportunity to become a school teacher. So I was told that B.Ed is a must. So after masters, immediately without waiting, I went for B.Ed. And meanwhile, I was also trying for exploring. I was also exploring other avenues. And that time, so therefore, I took 2 years for preparing this NET and NET examination. So after B.Ed, I moved to Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and there I thought that I should have master degree in education. So MEd. So I admitted the MEd. I could not complete it, and simultaneously, I wanted to do research in Utkal University. One senior professor was there. He was a man of particle physics. Rukmunidi actually, so he guided. His name is Professor Niranjan Barik. So Sir said that I am retiring very soon, so better to join Professor Misra, Naresh Chandra Misra, who is an active researcher. So probably it was not written on your forehead that you should pursue particle physics. So maybe solid state physics you will fall into. So I started my career over there. So one of my colleague, he brought two forms somewhere, and it was showing Tezpur University. He brought that form, and he was saying that, see, look, my specialization is not matching. Can you apply? So he handed over this form to me. So without taking permission, I filled that form. I applied without telling home that I am applying Tezpur University. So he said, that, okay, you go ahead with this form. So I applied it, and then I went to Delhi for some experiment. So in Delhi, I came to know that the letter, when it came from Tezpur University, so it was first, it has to come to supervisor. So supervisor opened this before the scientist. They look at this boy, he has applied and he has been selected, and he is leaving me without saying me. So it was like that. So he was a little bit hesitant with reservation. He said that, okay, since this is a job, you please go and join. But only one thing I would suggest, that if you want to do PhD, do in experimental physics. Then after coming over here, so it was on 15th October, I think, and I joined here 21st October. So that time I met here Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary sir, and we discussed, and then finally I found that yes, I can pursue my PhD over here. So I still remember we many interaction, through many interaction, I came to know that SAR has authority in so many diverse areas: optical physics, condensed matter physics, material science, quantum mechanics, and whatnot. SAR has actually ignited me, if I admit here, that every morning he would come and say, Mohanto, what is the progress? What is new? He will ask. And it is very difficult to say new things every day. So it means actually he is asking that what is your progress? So that was a time, 1999, I think, I submitted the thesis. So sir was telling the sooner the better, and because you are already a faculty here, and afterwards you are also supposed to guide students. In that way, 2003, I submitted my thesis. I was awarded 2004. And while coming over here, for 1 month, I could not contact home, because that time, like now we are enjoying that we have cellular phone. So that time we had to wait in STD booth. And early morning is better. And along with the all army people, we have to stand in queue so that we get phone and we can call up. So all these days we are gone, and still the memory is there. And I feel that I am very fortunate to become the part of this university in general and in this department particular. And Chaudhary sir used to tell, see, a teacher never loses. If your student succeeds, credit goes to you. And if he cannot, then probably he could not understand the thing. I mean, in a lighter way, sometimes he says like this. So it has a meaning that actually when you teach from the heart, and you must communicate what you are thinking, you express yourself, and this is an opportunity to learn also. So learning and teaching, these processes they go hand in hand. So we must be optimistic towards the learning process, because unless we have a tendency to learn, we cannot teach. Also. It was rightly mentioned by Professor Nilakshi that actually we are learning while teaching. When we say, do you understand? Actually also we ask ourselves, do you understand? So the journey is on, and thank you so much once again.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary to felicitate Professor Bhim Prasad Sharma from the Department of Mathematical Science. So please share some memories.
Thank you very much. My revered, Honorable Amarjyoti Chaudhary sir, Honorable DJ Saikia sir, the faculty members, the Dean of School of Sciences, Tezpur University, and the faculty members of this department and from the other departments, and my dear students. It's really nice to see here this gathering. At the same time, it reminds me of the very first few days of the birth of Tezpur University when we were also associated there. I myself was a faculty member of the Department of Mathematical Sciences. So before that, let me tell my background. My background, that means my intellectual satisfaction is from physics, but my bread and butter is now mathematics. So though bread and butter is mathematics, but intellectual satisfaction is something very special. So that's how I'm always connected to physics, because my entire study, my career, my research, everything is in physics. So probably for that reason, along with one of our colleagues from Department of Energy, Sadhan Mahapatra, were involved in the first few days of the birth of the Tezpur University, Department of Physics, and we were given to take few classes. And I do remember the first batch, first student, one of the students of the first batch is now a faculty member here, Professor Pavitranath, still here. And after 2 years, there were other few students who are also our faculty members these days. But then I now remember that I taught the relativity paper, probably from which there was a section. Probably that was mathematical physics, in which tensor was there. So tensor, I was involved in the teaching of the tensors. Some few portions of classical mechanics I studied, and my colleague, Sadhan Mahapatra, who happened to teach the quantum mechanics. The quantum mechanics, second part, first part already sir was taking, Amarjyoti Chaudhary sir was taking, and some few portions from quantum mechanics were taken by Sadhan Mahapatra. And the first few years, really, the facilities were quite meager. Facilities were not there, practically nil. There's a long corridor. We used to say, still now we say it's Kharagpur corridor. So there, the physics, Department of Physics was situated there. And there we took the classes, and it was so charming because students all were quite eager to learn. Those days, really, we still remember, and many of those students are also in touch with us. And later part, somehow, because my career was in the frontier of astronomy, and the department was visualizing to have astronomy here, and in the development also, I myself was involved, and those days were the days with Dr. Professor Jayanta Kumar Sharma, in whose quarter, with Ganji and Lungi, we used to sit together and to make those very hot days, hot summer days, and with Ganji and Lungi in Jayanta Sharma's house, we used to jot down all those syllabus for astronomy and astrophysics. Initially, it was somehow it came out that there has to be one paper, so we made for one paper. And after completion, all those things, and some of the recommendations are also necessary. But in the meantime, it came that no, there has to be two papers. Again, this syllabus again thrown out. And again, we had to resit for the second kind of syllabus in which there will be two papers. And then syllabus was finally prepared. And through due procedures, it was also passed. And later on, it was a happy note that the astronomy also started being taught in this department. So this is how I was associated with this university Department of actively, officially, but then unofficially also many times, maybe in the gate or sometimes in the corridors here, we used to have discussions in physics in many topics, sometimes this or that. So this is how I have been involved in the subjects of physics, particularly the department, the subjects of astronomy, different topics of astronomy. And I now still remember, and I feel really elated to see some of the students sometimes knocking at my office door and clearing some of the physics questions. So, sir, I took this book I read, but I got this one. Is it true that the general theory of relativity, sometimes relativity related questions they used to ask to me? And in that discussion process, some of the students were interested to take their project in the field of astronomy and relativity, and I was quite happy to guide 2 or 3 MSc project students for their MSc degrees. This is the project part. So these were my connection. I still feel happy, and today is the 25 years. I feel that those were the few days back only, but then it has been 25 years. So new days are coming. Department is also developing. That time only 2 or 3 faculty members. I remember Sir was there to lead, and then only Nidhi Madam was there, and we were few to help here and there. And later on, people joined. Jayanta Sharma, probably he joined earlier. Jayant Sharma, he joined earlier. And hot discussions in Jayanta Sharma's residence quarter on different topics of physics. So I still feel elated to be associated with the different topics of physics, and I hope this department will, it has already shown a real promise, yet it will really shoot up, and it is going in that direction, and I have all my, what I should say, so I wish that the department should go, proceed further and further, and make a place in the international space. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. From the alumni corner, do anyone want to share anything, like any memory?
A very good afternoon, respected Chaudhary sir, Swagya sir, my teachers, my colleagues, student friends. I still feel that my legs are shaking when I'm standing on a stage in the Department of Physics, though I don't really care to speak about energy or solar energy in any international forum or stage, but even in a small space or the stage of Department of Energy, I still feel that I'm not competent to speak here. But thank you for giving the opportunity for us. It's a fond memories when I was just talking that it has already 20 years has passed when we completed or we graduated as a master students from the Department of Physics back in 2003. We were the batch, I think we were third batch, and we joined in 2001. At that time, even the classroom size was just to fit 15 or 16 students, and we had 2 small Assam type buildings. Those are still there as a Teachers Association's office and Student Council's office. Those were belongs to Department of Physics. And we used to have 2 classrooms, one for the first semester, one for the third semester. And there was to be 1 laboratory. And we were given an opportunity just to have a look at the big laser, one laser, big one. And there were few small lasers. We were allowed to use that, and we were allowed to see and touch the big one. And we still have that feeling that one day probably we will be allowed to use that one, but that opportunity never came. And I think that laser is not working anymore. I'm not sure. But that was a kind of atmosphere was there that, you know, if you study well, you get an opportunity to operate those fancy machines that researchers used to have, or they were allowed to touch, or even we didn't dare to even switch on the electrical one. Kishore Borua sir was very strict. Um, when we joined, Chaudhary sir was the head of the department, and later on, Professor Ashok Kumar sir was head of the department. So we had opportunity to study under two heads, and the atmosphere was a little bit different. And Chaudhary sir used to teach us statistical physics. And especially me, I used to always try to find an opportunity to run away from the class. Sir used to bring the slides, not the one, this one, the old projector one, and transparent sheets. And I hardly understand the statistical physics. I can confess now in front of sir. That time, but I think over the time I now do, or I understand more physics when I'm doing research in engineering or solar energy field than I learned at that time. I don't know, probably we could not make our mind to prepare for that learning, that we can see that these are the things that we should learn in a much better way. That there was a gap. There was a gap. From my side, not from the teacher's side. Don't misunderstand that. Another thing that I want to point out, or we did, or encouraged, especially Nidhi Madam encouraged us to do, was the Science Day. And it was the back then that I remember that Science Day was celebrated in the Department of Physics, and I was in the year, I think 2002. We led that, and used to be inviting school students and quiz competitions, and some activities. And that was from then. I think it is continuing, and it has got the name later on, Insignis, which was the bigger form of Science Day celebration that used to be there in the Department of Physics. So that was the encouragement that we get. There were a lot of funny moments at that time. Many a times we walked from the whole Dekargaon to Tezpur University because we missed the buses, and so those were some memories that I can never forget, because and we used to cherish with the different activities. And I still remember in the basketball, in the annual meet, it was the interdepartmental activity, and we lost the basketball match by 45-2 or something like that. The basketball score was 45 MCA, and we scored only 2 something. The reason was we learned playing basketball on the day of the competition. So that was the that's what how it is. And for the volleyball, we used to drag players who never touched the ball before in his lifetime, and he was playing volleyball with us in the court. And forget about smash, even the service did not cross the net many a times. But the annual meet was still there, and we enjoyed. And when I look back, I really enjoy the way the things were moved. This is a luxury for us. When I look back, whatever the students are getting at the moment in the Tezpur University, it is beyond sophistication if you compared at that time. So I think if we talk about trying the facility, Tezpur University 2001 and Tezpur University 2023, it was like a Tezpur University now, and more than Oxford Plus, something like that. But thank you, and I really congratulate all the members. All are associated in the Department of Energy, including our friends, from my batchmates, my teachers, and office staffs, and all of you. Thank you very much.
my respected teachers and Professor Chaudhary sir and Professor Sakia sir. So, I mean, I thought I'll not speak, but after I heard Novinda, I thought I should speak. So, I mean, everyone here agrees that doing physics is a privilege, right? And being associated with this department is even more. That's what I want to say. I was a MSc student here from 2003 to 2005, and at that, I mean, Novinda was 2 years senior to me, and while I was here, the department was there like in two some type buildings where they are now, and I mean, what he said was much better when we joined. I will talk about a little bit sports, and in 2003 after we joined, we beat MCA very badly. So because MCA had an undue advantage, they had like 3 batches here, and they were like 30 people were there, 90, and physics, chemistry, maths, and MBBT combined were one team, but they were always beaten badly. And when we joined, I think that's probably was my biggest contribution to the department. And I still remember the score. It was 128, I think, in 25 overs. And they only could score 68. And at that evening, the whole hostel there were only 2 boys hostel then. We were in 80 hostel, and they were mostly in BCN hostel, the MCA. And there was a disaster there in the night. So we improve a lot in sports, I think. And most of the team was from physics department. So and I now wonder, like, how do we had so much of time at that time that to play and all and still enjoy. And I mean, I spent a lot of time in Cotton College before coming to Tezpur University. And the first thing I noticed was how cozy the department was. It was a small department, but everyone was so friendly, and we were made comfortable. And I will always cherish the moments I had here, and it's wonderful to see the department succeeding so much. And I wish it all the best, and I hope we see a lot of wonderful papers and people going to very good places and achieving a lot. So with that, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing those sweet memories. Now I would like to request Professor Kishore Borua, sir, to share a few words of wisdom.
Okay, first of all, I should rectify, I'm not a professor, I'm a technical officer. Anyway, so respected Chaudhary sir, madam, Sakia sir, Dean School of Sciences and other colleagues, and my dear friends, it's really, I feel nostalgic when I speak about the department and all these things, because I was here from almost from the beginning. I joined this department just after a few months of the inception. After that, Ghazi and the other faculty joined. So there was a small story about the joining. When I joined, Ghazi came with me. He didn't join the department because he was not appointed during that time, but he was with me for some time to see the condition of the university, because already he has given the interview. So he said that, yes, I will be with you all the time. And the very first day. Then after second and third day, he said, sorry, Kishore, I have to go to Guwahati for some urgent work. So you don't worry, I will come back. So this is my, here's the pajama when he was using it. So he said, it is here. So this is the proof that I'm coming back. So he kept it. Then he left. For two consecutive weeks, he was not coming back. I was alone. So that was the condition. It was jungle totally. Then I thought that I should also leave the place. And I was also seriously thinking, because already I was in Assam Engineering College. So but I somehow Soduri sir forced me not to go back. Then after 1 year also, I was trying to go back to my Assam Engineering College again, but sir forced me not to go back. Probably another two years I'll be here. After that, I can go, no problem. Anyway, there are a lot of memories I have with me, but it's like when I speak about the stars, I keep on saying everything. So there are a lot of stars story, because if I start the story, it will not. It will be a never-ending story. So there are a lot of memories. So in time, I'll listen out. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We know that physics is not bound within the four walls of the classroom. Physics is everywhere. You cannot escape physics unless you are in a Bollywood action movie. I would request Dhanjit and Debashish to carry forward an interactive fun session with us.
When we say physics, so we all know physics is a very beautiful science, or you can explain the nature with a very beautiful fact. What physics? What exactly comes to our mind when we say the word physics? Then we will say, okay, quantum mechanics, right? Special field of relativity, anything else? Electrodynamics. Yeah, other answers, one answer is okay. Anyone else? Other topics, come on. Big bang theory. Okay. Well, I can relate a little bit. Anyway, so it is all about physics. There's a topic, quantum mechanics. We have to use that for the classroom. It is all about just the topic, just the things about. It is just limited to those equations. If physics just limited to this topic only, that's what we are trying to ask you. Anyway, suppose when we wake up in the morning, till we wake up, then we are surrounded by all the phenomena, all the events that we are observing. We can explain beautifully, quite exceptionally with what you see. Right, so without further ado, we'd like to get to the presentation. When we say, suppose we are in the bed, right? Some people, we always see a good morning message from the people. We from our parents, maybe from your parents and all. Anyway, so for people like me and Vikas, we have to take the help of alarm clock. And for me, basically, to be honest, I'll have to set most probably 4 to 5 alarms to just wake up. Okay. Anyway, have you ever thought how this alarm clock, how the sound of this alarm clock wakes us up?
before that, I'd like to ask you a question. Can anyone remember what is the figure founding S? Not clearly. I think we all have said that. Well, if you can answer it correctly, you can have support as well. Just raise your hand and look. That's the answer. Well, I can see this. I'm raising the
333 meter per second.
well,
Come.
Anyway, so this is one simple experiment how you can actually measure the figure sound. Well, this phenomenon where we can actually see that clearly that how the sound wave is done on the alarm clock to our ear, right? In the of the molecule basically in the air. But another question. Suppose the sound is actually traveling in water and simultaneously it's traveling in air well. So which one will reach to the earth very first? Why is it? Well, the denser the medium one, after the sound wave travels in medium, right? That's not the easy one, obviously. Anyway, now another question. Can you recall the logic gate? I hope you have got that in your class 11 or 12, right? So what are those? Okay, we will be giving a subject from that. Come on. Come on. Let's answer the name of the logic gate. Yeah. Okay. So there are 5, right? God and so which ones are called universal gate? Why they are called universal gate? Okay. So actually then anyway, so there is a picture of an alarm clock. So this is a thing, right? So this thing, this particular figure you can see, this is actually nothing but a special circuit, and that is actually built by using gate. So we are surrounded by electronics as well, right? Starting from mobile phone to television, everything is right now nowadays we are surrounded by electronics. So this is anyway, right after working out, what do you guys do? Come on, anyone from the girls? Keep it up. Just we have been right. Even after waking up, I just go in the washroom and just look in the mirror. Well, oh, sorry. I think we have evolved into this one. So this one, yeah, this one will demonstrate the picture perfectly. Anyway, when we are looking in the mirror, what is the very first law or what is the very basic law of physics that comes to our mind? Isn't it? So laying there, we are surrounded by physics. So what is the law? Come on, I cannot say that. Objects are there. Come on, you can say this. Okay, you, the next side. Yeah. Okay, and another one, there was another one. Okay, so the incident wave and the like normal and the reflected wave, they lie in the same plane. So that is how. Yeah, okay. Okay, so right after working out, right? Well, for me, I'm a very lazy person. Okay, they will think that I don't do workout. But anyway, we need workout, right? Because this is the only body that we are living in. So, if we closely look into the exercises, there as well. Recently, there was this gate cycle. So, when the one piece of our sleep lifts on the ground, still it lifted or if it touches the ground again, that particular cycle is called gate cycle. And during the process, the center of mass of our body sits the upside, little bit above our waist line.
So let me ask you a question. Suppose someone is running very fast. Or so what is the role of center of mass in the process? When the center of mass is fixing, just take example of the particular picture. So this guy falls on stage while he's running. I want you to answer. How what is the role of this center of mass? Where the center of mass is falling on the stage. On this side it is good. Out of the body. Come on. Is it possible? So I'll leave that question to you. Yeah. Well, again, yeah, obviously. All the come down. Suppose we are running this direction. The center of mass goes down or there. I think so. Right now, I think I'm also quite a bit close. I can also be, join the game and do some workout as well because I love some dance as well, but it is not actually good for health. But yeah, for the sake of dance and physical along, I would request or I would suggest each and every one of you to do some workout as well. But again, after that, I can do some workout. What do you need? You need like, well, one of the things. Explain how actually right or something like that is actually doing inside the this process. What is the thing? Anyone? Pressure increases as well as the temperature increases. Yeah. So it is nothing but like the heat is actually received by the system. And again, the increases and for a particular constant volume, if the temperature rises or the pressure rises, so that's how inside a pressure system. So this is the law of thermodynamics. Well, so we have had our workout, we have had our breakfast. Now it's time for classes, office hours, working hours, right? So, yeah, just like me, we are late. I'm late, sorry. Explore our classes. Basically, we ride bicycle in our campus. Well, so first, some of them just travel by car. So, while traveling, we have to do what? Buckle up our seatbelt, isn't it? Otherwise, well, we will end up like this. So, there is physics behind that particular thing as well. So, what is that? Law of gravity. So, if you want more basic explanation of law of gravity. Yeah, the kind of that. The body will. Okay. Yeah, two guys explain and answer. So I think they both deserve something. Anyway, this is what Newton's law of motion, right? There were two more laws. What are those? What are two other two laws? What are the laws? One is the law of inertia.
one of the laws, the three laws of motion, right? I can see my solar friends sitting over there, but they are not actually. Yeah, Kavita bhai. Sorry, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you properly. Anyway, so this one is a very simple and beautiful example of law of inertia. Isn't it? So this is a very beautiful phenomenon of law of inertia. Right? Isn't it beautiful? Well, for the rest of the day, I think my topic will so, we have the department. Now we need to bring this box to the first floor. Which one? This is forward. This one or this one? Yeah. This is good or this is good? This one? Or this one? Well, our physics says this one is a better one. Why? Because if you are pulling this box to this way, then the weight of the box will somehow you need to apply only this much force and this is kind of bigger. Otherwise, you have to apply this force and because now you have to apply again this force and this sin theta will be less than this. Therefore, physics suggests you to take this way rather than this way. So this is another phenomenon we see in our life. So moving forward, yeah, so this is the most important tool for us, right? Now, pen. We used to write anything in here, profile, your exam, number. So pretty the same. So we know what is the physics behind this pen. So physics is very simple here. So in our ball pen, at the tip, there is a ball. And when we are writing, the ball is slowly moving. And because of gravity, ink is actually slowing down. So if there is no gravity, then you cannot write with this ball. And again, when you are writing, the ink is not steady. So just when you do one thing, you can take a drop of ink and you can put in your page. You'll see that will just split. But while writing that ball pen, it doesn't happen. Why? It has because there is this fluid has a higher surface tension. Because of the surface tension, this thing doesn't spray. So this is one of the facts we see in our day-to-day life. Okay, so it's the time for this lesson. So we all love to play cricket. So in cricket, we often used to say like, for example, a bowler is taking a wicket, especially if it's a fast bowler. That we usually say, oh, what a swing. But we know that this swing can be also explained with the help of physics. So what? So when actually bowler is bowling, so one thing we often see like they take the ball and they love it in their leg. Why they do it? So by doing that, what they do is they make one side of the surface smooth and they keep another surface rough. And because of that, what happens is when they release the ball, so this smoother side, air flows their flow is laminar, and other side is the turbulent flow. And because of that, what happens is Bhupeshwar Kumar, yes. Okay. Mohammed Sami, yes. Mohammed Sami. But I think we are still taking the name of our most famous bowler. One of the founder of Indian cricket team. So moving forward, yeah. So we all love to listen music. Now let's see the physics behind music. So here this guitarist is playing his guitar. So in guitar, we see that there are different types of sounds. But what are these sounds? They are nothing but different frequencies, right? So what actually guitarists do? Now can anyone answer? Because I know there are a lot of guitarists in our class. So can anyone say, like, what they do? How different sounds are generated in guitar? Okay, so what they do is actually they use their fingertips to change the frequency. With the help of their fingertips, they change the frequency, and that's how different sounds are generated to a guitar. So this is another phenomenon. Now, yeah, so the one of the scenarios we love to see. So if we go for picnic, then constantly tracking is a necessary thing. So, but do you know why sun is looking so beautiful at the time of sunset? Exactly. So, there is this thing. What is it? Okay. Yeah. So he's right. So what happens is that the longest way survive. So because of that, we see only the red with them, or red color, and that's why people look really beautiful at the time of sunset. So this that's all for this presentation. So with the sunset, I would like to thank you. So I hope next time when we meet again, so you will express your spirit in your digital life, like what are the differences that you have seen in your digital life, and how can you explain that? Thanks.
Thank you, Dhanjit and Debashish. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Now we have three more presentations on innovative ways to explain physics by Piyush Joshi, Ayush Hazarika, and Ananya Bhattacharjee.
Good evening, everyone. I'm quite confident that most of your favorite drink is either tea or coffee, isn't it? But you all drink it to prevent yourself from the exertion of the classes, right? But have you all ever noticed this kind of beautiful pattern over your cup of tea or coffee? And have you ever wondered that why the patterns are there? Of course, it's because of reflection. But how? We should ask ourselves that how this reflection is leading into such beautiful patterns in nature. To understand that, we need to understand one basic mathematical term, which is envelope. Envelope is a family of curves in which a curve has all the tangents drawn together. Like, or you can see it from another perspective, which is like all the lines making a curve together. And in our day-to-day cup, teacup or anything, what we are observing is this kind of same phenomena by light. Like here, what's happening actually is that light first creates this tangential line, and this tangential line in return making this beautiful curvature in nature. Like because of this type of reaction, because of this type of reflection, we get to see the beautiful pattern. And this is basically called as optics. And if you all also want to do a mental exercise, then you can draw this kind of structure or this kind of pattern by yourself. It just hardly takes 2 hours. Like, I know it's too much, but yes, it's worth trying and experience. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ananya, and I'm from Department of Physics. So I found this innovative way of thinking physics of everyday life quite interesting. So I'm apart from research scholar, I'm a science professor. I decided that let me show you the knowledge of visible light spectrum, which here this could be stands from different countries issued over time or based on the theme. So you all know visible light spectrum. It's a electromagnetic spectrum. So anyone can tell me this stand is from which country? This one? It's from Finland. This one? And this one? Any idea? It's from Germany. So they are showing these are not related to spectrum. They are quite indirectly related. It's based on Fraunhofer length. So it's on the scheme of Fraunhofer length. And this is a beautiful one on galaxy and so what is visible light spectrum? So they are a form of electromagnetic wave such as visible light waves are a form of electromagnetic wave. So what happens is when white light comes to the prism, it gets broken into colors of visible light spectrum, and these are the 7 colors. So I am again showing. So this is in the visible light. What is the finest example we see? It's the rainbow, right? So that's why I showed the stamp of the rainbow. So it's a beautiful one. So they are a kind of a party one. So that's why I thought of doing that. And what happens is how this happens. It can be shown in this step. So any guesses where this country is from? It is from Netherlands. So it is showing that the entire display of the dispersion of light is showing here in this particular stamp on Netherlands. So let's airport. So this one is from Australia. This one is the United Nations Processor. And this is from the very beautiful landscape from USA. And this is one from Israel. So rainbow cancellation of and where we see the spectrum of light and dispersion of light happens in multiple objects. So this was the way of
Thank you, Ananya Bhattacharya. Now I would like to request Professor Munmun Devi to give the vote of thanks.
Am I audible? Yeah, so hello everyone. So on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dhruva Kumar Bhattacharya sir for his kind support, encouragement and his kind presence. I would also like to acknowledge our invited guests, including Professor Amarjyoti Chaudhary, Professor Dhruva Saikia, Dr. Debasis Bora, and of course, Madam Kaberi Chaudhary. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Dean School of Science, the Dean School of Engineering, and all the fellow colleagues, our colleagues from other departments and administration who has kindly acknowledged our invitation and were here. I would like to also acknowledge the presence of the invitees who attended online. I would like to acknowledge the support from the registrar and the university administration for all the logistic support that they have provided. I would like to thank the entire Department of Physics fraternity, including especially the student volunteers, because actually they have worked a lot. I would like to thank the participants of our contest on the innovative ways for explaining physics in everyday life. So we have seen some slides here, and we have decided to extend the deadline for this contest so that we can have some more interesting slides, which we can actually discuss in our physics activity session throughout the year. So also, finally, I would like to thank the audience for their kind presence and their patience, because we actually ran a bit longer. Last but not the least, the Department of Physics cherishes and acknowledges every individual who has contributed to this beautiful journey of 25 years, directly or indirectly. We look forward to an amazing another 25 years and beyond. So let us keep the flame for the quest of knowledge burning, and let us keep our love for physics alive. So have a nice evening. Thank you. So now we can actually meet for some refreshment outside. Thank you.